Hello and welcome to A World of Ice and Fire version 10. This is a new update to the wonderful mod, and I've actually played a little bit of it just to prepare, and it is amazing. So if you would like to download the mod, there is a link in the description. So let's go into character creation immediately here. So this is going to be a little bit of a different series than I've done in recent memory. I'm not going to be doing any kind of challenge or whatever. We're just going to be going through the main storyline, seeing what's going on here, because from what I can tell, this is incredibly in-depth and doing some very, very cool things and having branching storylines and all kinds of crazy cool things like that. For example, if you fail a quest, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the end of the quest line, which I very much appreciate. Anyway, you know, because you know me, I fail all the time. Anyway, please choose your preference. This will change the names and consequences of various outcomes in game accordingly. We're going to go for the TV series. Please choose your scenario. Static Wars, of course. And this is one of the new things that I don't think I've seen before. At least I can't remember it. Commoners trust. Be a king of the people or a reaper of peasants. Commoners trust provides an extra layer of strategy by keeping track of any deeds committed for or against peasants. How you are perceived by peasants can have negative or positive effects. We're going to turn it on. Are you a man or a mouse? A realistic wound system. This is the way the mod is meant to be played and depicts the true nature of the setting. It also provides an extra layer of strategy. And the basic wound system, be forever known as the wimp, a wimpy little mouse. Choose wisely, as this cannot be changed during the game. Well, I'm obviously going to be taking the mouse one, because I personally don't care for difficulty. I'm joking, of course. Even though, to be fair, I personally don't really... I don't really vibe with that, to be honest. I actually really just appreciate letting me play however I want to play. But we're going to go for a man. Why not? Where are you heading to? Well, obviously Westeros, because we want to do the main quest line. I'm very excited about that. And so, choose when you prefer the White Walker invasion to occur. Ranges from hardest to easiest. So, as you can see right here, 600 is going to be the hardest, and 1200 is going to be the easiest. I don't know if I'm even going to be playing this for that long, but let's see, because I've obviously, the last two series that I've done in Warband, I've literally conquered the entire map in record time. I highly doubt that's going to happen here, because it's technically not even a challenge series, but, you know, I've kind of got a little bit more of that mindset now. So anyway, we'll go for 850. I think that's pretty decent. And this is where things are going to change rather dramatically. I am going to randomize my character, okay? I'm not going to try and be min-maxy or anything like that. I'm just going to go in as a random character. I have no idea what I'm going to get, and the only thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to play as a male character. That's it. That's the only thing I'm going to make sure that we play as. That's all. Otherwise, I'm going to be randomizing 3 times, and then I'm going to be going forward. So, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. There it is. That's our character right there. Let's go. There we are. What will the game saving policy be? Ah, yes, normal stuff. And then we're going to be calling ourselves Elias Mormont, because that's what I normally do in Game of Thrones mods. Yes, it is that fellow. Anyway, so this is what we currently have. Okay, so we've got 3 leadership. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, so we've got some pretty decent athletics, I guess. Improves your running speed. If you use heavy armor, you will be slower. Max level 10. Okay. Shield skill. Yeah, shield is obviously going to be pretty useful. Weapon mastery. Iron flesh is the same as in the base game. Okay, let's see what else is there. We got trainer skill, obviously. Navigation could be kind of useful for ships. Tactics is very, very useful if we're going to be outnumbered a whole bunch. And then persuasion is a very, very different thing here. So as you can see, this skill helps you make other people accept your point of view. It increases the ability to negotiate surrender in sieges. Each rank increases the number of troops recruited from villages by 1, and reduces the commission of each recruited villager by 1 silver stag. Increases amount of supplies you convince villagers to hand over by 3%. For me personally, I think persuasion could actually be extremely, extremely impactful And so I'm partially thinking that maybe what we want to do is we want to focus on persuasion, because I am very intrigued by the increased ability to negotiate surrender in sieges. I think that could be utterly amazing. I think that could be extremely cool. So we are going to actually just do huge amounts of points in charisma here, and I'm going to be speccing into persuasion. Obviously, I am going to be leveling up leadership. We may even get entertainment as well. Every day that you rest, each hero with this skill increases the morale of the party. It also helps you while begging or performing. Drive it past 10, you could become the next bardic sensation. Yeah, we could potentially do some entertainment as well. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to actually increase my Iron Flesh and my Power Strike a little bit, because I seem to recall that A World of Ice and Fire has some very difficult combat. At least that's what I remember. We will go for some pathfinding as well, even though I would like a companion to do that. I'd like to have a little bit just to start us off here. So we're going to be going for a little bit in one-handed and everything, and then we can move forward, and then we're just going to be going with the default guy. And here we go. It's the early hours of the morning when you reach King's Landing, a bustling city on the eastern coast of Westeros set within the Crown Lands. You had made your way here after hearing news of King Robert Baratheon. You note the climate is warm with a subtle relaxed atmosphere. Other than the solemn silence around the capital, everything seems like a normal day. You roam the Street of Sisters and eye Visenya's Hill and the great Sept of Baelor in the distance. This place is huge, and you remind yourself not to stray too far in fear of getting lost. You stand still for a moment in awe of such beauty, whilst feeling the warm, quiet wind lightly whistling past your ears. It's certainly a far cry from the road you traveled to get here. With a great sigh of relief, you finally feel you can relax, and you start to decide what to do with the rest of your time here. That brief moment of sanction soon passes when suddenly you hear the sounds of marching foot soldiers, men, women, and children screaming. The smell of death is strong, and you've lingered long enough to now find yourself amongst the carnage. Alright, so please give me a good weapon. That's all I'm hoping for right here. Yes, I do have a shield and I have a sword. However, unfortunately, I am bare-chested for some reason. Anyway, those bastards, they're attacking anyone they think is House Stark. Run, you fool. Okay, so they are obviously going to absolutely murder me. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, let's gang up with the peasants, shall we? Let's get a couple of kills if we... There's no way. Not in a million years. Do you think I can actually kill this guy? I mean, it is possible. It's kind of like a... This is a Dark Souls boss right now that we're having to fight. Okay, here we go. Maybe I can actually... Oh! 61 damage. Okay, never mind. Iron Flesh did not help me there, unfortunately. You fall to the ground, unable to move, and as you slowly lose consciousness, you can still hear the slaughter around you. The laughter of Lannister men as they slay the soldiers of the North, and the heart-wrenching screams of women and children being put to slaughter. You eventually awake to the sounds of voices and wonder where you are. Alright, well, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to kill at least one, but unfortunately we don't have a significant amount of proficiency just yet. You're alive! You're one of the lucky ones. Not many others alive, I can tell you that much. A bloodbath. It seems our Lord Ned Stark has been taken prisoner. You must go warn Lord Robb Stark. These two soldiers are loyal to Ned, and will accompany you to Winterfell. Okay, I shall see it done. Okay, very good. You must make haste and follow the King's Road north. Good luck, friend. Okay, so we now have Westerland's reduced relation, of course, and we are now going to be attacked by everyone, and we're going to have to be very, very careful here, so I'm actually wondering which way we should go. Probably this way, right? Okay, if you're enjoying this mod, then please support me Produno by checking out my new game Space Log. And then we also have a couple of issues here, well, not issues, a couple of tips And, you know, lots of crashes, turn off the scenic menu. Too difficult, the mod defaults to full realism. Adjust these settings by navigating to camp options. Keep in mind, the mod has been balanced in favor of the default settings. And Space Slog actually looks really good, by the way. So do check it out, do check it out. Anyway, are we actually being attacked by these guys? I have a bat, yeah, they are actually following me right now. Ah, what do we have here? You see a raven fall in the distance. It looks like it may have been injured. Should you go and investigate? Well, it could be important. I will go find the raven. You find the raven, and notice tied to it is a small piece of parchment with the seal of the hand of the king. The letter reads, "This letter is for the urgent attention of Lord Stannis Baratheon. It is of great shame that I write you this letter. I, Lord Eddard Stark, Hand of the King and Protector of the Realm, have news of your brother's passing this morning. Due to the bastards of King Robert Baratheon, you, Lord Stannis Baratheon, are the rightful heir to the throne and the one true king of the Seven Kingdoms. As soon as you arrive in King's Landing, I will surrender my position and pass all titles to you. You decide to take the letter to King Stannis Baratheon, throw away the letter and never mention it again, or take the letter to Lord Tywin Lannister. Well, of course we want to take it to Tywin, or as I like to call him, Ty-Lose. Now, I'm obviously joking. We're going to be taking it to King Stannis Baratheon, of course. There we go. Oi, you. It was us that got that bird. Now give it back, or else. I guess the Lannisters have put a pretty penny on each raven shot out the sky. That's right. I'm sure we'll get a pretty penny for your head on a spike, too. Alright, so we're actually fighting against some poachers. Funnily enough, I am... Oh, okay. I do have a little bit of HP. That's not too bad. Okay. Oh, I actually have I have a horse. I have a horse. Alright, that's cool. I was actually not anticipating having a horse in this particular battle. I need a spear. That is the one thing that I feel like is going to be extremely impactful for us. Unfortunately for me, I am indeed, as I said before, bare-chested, which is definitely going to be a bit problematic. So, let's see if we can... Are they just holding position? No, they are moving. Okay, are they going to shoot? Do they have ranged? They do. Well, that was easier than anticipated. Kind of interesting. Okay, yeah, I don't really want to die against these guys, so I'm gonna play this very, very carefully. Nice. Okay, there we go. There we go. And he's gonna do that annoying stuff, aka blocking. Yes. There we go. All I needed him to do was to switch to his ranged weapon so that we could eliminate him easily enough. There we have it. Okay, so we did get 2 renown for that. Not too bad. And we have 100 silver stags at the moment as well. Gazing at the maimed and the dead of your latest victory, you order your troops to do all of these things. So, well, what do we want to do? We can burn the dead in an offering to R'hllor, gather and share any loot as is common, and this will take 3 hours. Leave the dead to rot, but take first claim on the looted corpses. How much loot are they going to give us? Not much, right? Okay. We'll burn the dead in an offering and leave all the loot. Yeah, of course, the Westerland soldiers are going to catch us now. This might be a little bit problematic, so we'll see what... we'll see if we can actually do this. I'm kind of a little bit more confident because we have a horse. If I didn't have a horse, we might have issues. In the name of King Joffrey Baratheon, state your business, and don't try and fool us, peasant. We saw you sneak out of the gates. Okay, so if you saw me sneak out of the gates... then you know my business. My business is coming to your house and stealing your pants, because that's what we do. Anyway, we were just passing is all, my lord. Please don't hurt us. You fall to your knees and beg for mercy. That's not us, is it? No. No, we may be on our knees, but we're definitely not begging for mercy. Anyway, we are not part of your fight. Leave us be and let us on our way. Yeah, no. We're just going to go with, I watched your men butcher those loyal to Ned Stark. I will avenge those slain, and you will pay with your blood. That's what we're going to say. we've been ordered to take you back to King's Landing. Unfortunately for you, we wasn't told if that be alive or otherwise. Alright, so yeah, well, they're going to attack us. Let's see if we can actually do something here. Oh, I don't have a horse, actually. Oh yeah, it's because they attacked us while we were in camp. I actually wonder, there is a horse over here. I don't know if I can use that. I can. Oh, I love that. Okay, that is a fantastic addition there, because basically disabling the ability to go on a horse and not having any horses in the area, that would be a travesty for us right now. Nice. Good damage, good damage. Okay, that's what we need. We need more of that. Is this guy running? No? Okay, here we go. No, no, no. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. I slowed down a little bit there, unfortunately. There we go. He's dead. Are we only against one of them? Where's the other one? Ah, there he is. There he is. Okay. Now we just need to be careful. We don't want to be super, you know, overconfident here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, we are probably going to tell our forces to charge in just a second. There we go. Can tell them to charge in now. And there we go. All right. That is all we needed. That is all we needed. Thank you very much, Mr. Stark Footman. What a weird name. Yes. Mr. Stark Footman. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, there we go. 2 renown, and we are indeed able to capture one of them as well, which is pretty nice. Okay, so we're getting leg armor. Hilariously enough, I'm actually kind of surprised that we basically have nothing. And look at this. Every single one of our pieces of gear has like individual unique stats and stuff like that. Ah, as you could see, I do actually have some armor, but I don't have the enough strength to be able to wear it. That is a travesty. That's terrible. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do something about that. Hopefully, I'm gonna level up soon. Where is my? There we go. Here are my skills. Okay, so as you can see, oh, we are actually really close. Okay, if I'd gotten that kill, I think I probably would have leveled up. That actually would have been fantastic. Unfortunately, yeah, we got a little bit unlucky there. All right, so as you can see, we got a whole bunch of different things available here as well. I'm actually just going to see, is there anything else that I can look at here? Well, we could look at ships, relations, companions, statistics, party, budget. Party? Okay. That basically tells me everything I need to know about party. Wounds. Don't have any wounds right now. And obviously the story. Yeah, here's the story. Okay, yeah. Great. Looks cool, looks cool. Alright, so I can actually field 33 people. I didn't realize that. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Alright, so let's move on. And I am actually going to be... I'm probably going to be attempting to recruit some more people. I mean, I do have to... The funny thing is, I do have to make it all the way to Winterfell, so I'm not sure if me recruiting people is going to be a good idea, because that means I'm going to be moving much slower than I would otherwise move, and people might actually catch up to me as a result. So we might have to be a little bit careful about that. I mean, we've got loads of thief parties in the area as well. As you can see, we've got these guys coming in. Just bear in mind that... Oh, wait a minute. Ambush attack? What does ambush attack mean? I'm gonna ambush them. Is it us ambushing them, or is it the other way around? Because I'm very much hoping that we have caught them with their pants down. Who knows? Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. It doesn't seem as though we have any kind of different thing going on here, but all I want to do is get a couple of kills, if I can. Oh, that is a spear. Okay, I almost ran right into that. That would not have been good. Or never mind. I'll just run into that straight away. That sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? Okay, so I now have taken control. Taking control of the Riverlands peasant. Yes, isn't that hilarious? I literally got killed by a literal thief. These guys use some of the worst gear in the entire world. But yeah, okay, well, there you go. I am actually just going to leave quickly here. Oh, I did level up. Thank you. Whew. Okay, I actually leveled up just from the passive experience generation that you get when you finish a battle, so that's wonderful. Let's level up our strength. And why is my power throw and athletics down? I actually don't know why that is. Okay, well, doesn't really matter right now. I think we are going to be speccing in entertainment. Should I? Or should I spec into something else? Is there something else that I want to spec into that is actually going to be somewhat useful? Is there anything technically foraging could be useful, but might be a good idea to get a companion that can do that. Yeah, we're just gonna spec into entertainment. I don't know, I've never really spec'd into entertainment, so I think it might be quite fun. You know, it might be quite fun to do that. Okay, so now we can actually wear the padded armor, and I might not die instantaneously every single time I go into a battle, so that's going to be nice. And so we have arrived in Winterfell. I did make a brief stopover in a nearby village to recruit some more volunteers, and so we have about 12 people in our army right now. Personally, I feel like for me, it would be a good idea for us to get at least 20 to 25 troops, just so that we can handle regular-sized thief parties. At least that's the idea. But anyway, we're going to be moving in to the Lord's Hall here. I am still a little bit injured, as you can see, because obviously we don't have any, wound treatment skill or anything like that, so it is going to take us a little bit of time to rejuvenate, but that's okay, because we're already speaking to Lord Robb Stark. Okay, at your service, sir. Okay, so, yes, Your Grace, I have urgent news that needs your attention. Please continue. I've traveled from King's Landing with 2 of your loyal soldiers. I'm here to tell you that your Lord Father, Eddard Stark, has been taken into Lannister custody for reasons of high treason. I thank you for your loyalty in these desperate times, Elias, though the news has already reached us. I hope you'll join us when we march south on King's Landing. We'll see if Lord Tywin really does shit gold. Now, Elias, if I am to go to war in the south, I've got a small problem that needs taken care of which I ask your help. Sure, I'm willing and I hope able. What is it you need to be done, Your Grace? Some wildling scum have managed to pass the wall, and my scouts report they've attacked a small farmstead just north of here. I need them dealt with quickly before they're able to wreak more havoc among my peasants. My bannermen need to prepare for our march south, so I'm counting on you, Elias, to act on my behalf in this matter. I suggest you grab some sleep before heading out. It may also be wise for you to ride with a bodyguard or 2. Westeros is a dangerous place to be traveling alone. Alright, so in other words, basically he's saying to us, you should probably wait here for some time because you're most likely still injured. And that is indeed the case. I am still injured, but I am going to go into the inn real fast, just in case we do have a companion potentially here. We have a North peasant over there. I actually wonder whether he's going to give us a quest. Alright, so good day, dear sir. How can I help you? Okay, so what is this? I'm looking for a Valyrian blade. Oh, what? I do have no... wait a minute. I do know of one such place where a Valyrian weapon could be reforged, he says. Okay. Sure. You must travel to Qohor in Essos. Speak to the weaponsmith there. He may be able to help you. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't really help me that much, but sure. Okay. And this guy wants to join us. Do we want northern peasants? For a huge amount of cash as well, by the way. 108 for 3 people. That's it's not very much, that's not very many people, that is. Anyway, we now have a new quest, and yeah, it says here, your troops would be happier if they had some entertainment. You must perform in a town. I actually wonder if I can perform right now. I mean, I've only got 1 in entertainment, so it's probably not going to be very good. As you can see right here, we have the land registry, the brothel, ask if anyone wants to join you. Do I... Ooh. Wow, that's actually really pretty crazy. Look at that. A local lord and his retinue are available for hire. You count 11 men in total, costing 700 stags. That is pretty good. I would like to do that. Unfortunately, I don't have enough. So, attempt a music performance or speech. Okay. I want to perform a simple piece of music. I only have one in entertainment, so I wouldn't be surprised if I end up... Oh, no, I actually did do... Oh, look at that. Look at that. We performed some simple music. We got 2 silver stacks, and we gained 1 bardic reputation. What does that mean, actually? What does that mean for us? Does that mean we just, you know, get better over time? Or maybe we get more of a reward over time? That could be pretty cool, in my opinion. I think that's a really, really nice little feature there. Hopefully that's going to help us out quite a great deal. Now you can see here that persuasion does seem to be helping us quite a lot, because if you recall, persuasion actually makes it, if we read the description again, it says here it increases the number of troops recruited from villages by 1 whenever you have a point in persuasion. So each point increases the amount that you recruit. So I literally gained 3 people from that village. So technically my 3 points in persuasion basically made it so that I had, well, so that I had 3 people instead of having 0, you know. So that's a pretty significant oh, whoops. Oh, okay. I did not mean to actually forcibly recruit those people. Sorry. I was actually just randomly clicking because I thought, oh yes, I can recruit them immediately. No, unfortunately I couldn't. Anyway, you see the farmstead ahead of you. Okay, so we are now going to be attacked by, I assume, some wildlings. You must push back the raiders. Okay, now this is going to be quite troublesome, I think. I can't bring up the battle map right now, so I have no idea how many enemies we're going to be fighting, but hopefully not too many. I would not like to fail this quest, if we can help it. So, let's see. I'd actually like to make a lot of cash, to be honest. I only have about 20 gold remaining, or whatever it is, so this is not very good. And also, me charging into that guy and completely missing. Good idea. Good idea. Very nice. Okay, there we go. Nice damage. Nice. Oh, now that is some damage. That's the kind of damage I want to see every single day of the week. Unfortunately for me, I might die. Oh, no. Okay, these guys have thrown weapons, and they're oh, no. Are you serious? Did you see that? Literally just got absolutely instant downed. Instant downed right there. Okay, I guess we could try it again. We can try it again with a very small amount of HP. I mean, I do have troops, but the problem is these wildlings all have ranged capability. And you can see how incredibly damaging they are. How much HP do I even have? I have 46, and they hit me for 44. Okay, yeah, so if you're not full HP, you're gonna die instantaneously. That's very, very harsh. There we go, killed that guy at least. Okay, don't get shot. Bows do seem to be pretty useful, as you can quite clearly tell. Okay, let's see if we can do something here. The problem is that this archer is holding us down quite dramatically. Yeah, holding us down pretty dramatically here and making it very, very difficult for us to make any kind of moves whatsoever. And indeed, the spearman is also causing some problems. Yeah, I'm going to actually tell my people to come over here real fast, because I want them to actually go over here and deal with these guys first, if at all possible. Nice, good damage. Okay, now we can just charge them. And the charge... Oh, oh, nice. The raiding party leader has been slain. Oh, very nice. Okay, so we gained some reputation. That's great. Nice. Good damage, good damage. Okay, that's what we want. Don't die now. Don't die. Okay, tell them to charge. Go, go, go. For some reason, there is a charging animation. Is there any way that I can actually turn that off? I don't know. But, yeah, because it kind of locks you in place for quite some time. But anyway, it doesn't really matter too much, because we are indeed winning, for some reason. I mean, I'm happy, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to be winning, kind of. But I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to die at the end here. I'm just going to try to distract these guys so that they don't shoot at my forces instantaneously, killing all of them. We do have a couple of Stark footmen here who do have shields, so that is obviously fantastic. Nice damage. Nice. There we go. That's what we like to see. Okay, now maybe we can just finish off this guy. Never mind. Okay, don't finish him off then. Okay, come on, Elias. You really need to. There we go. There we go. Thank you. He really needs to get some eyes, doesn't he? There we go. It looks as though the raiders have been dealt with. All right. So, are we good to leave? Yeah, I think we're good. Yes, you've dealt with the wildling threat. Okay, fantastic. You think you can make a difference? You can't. Winter's coming and those things with it. Stay this side of the wall unless you want to be taken by the cold. You watch as the wildling takes his last few breaths. You must take this news to King Rob right away. He may have use of it, even. I was going to say, he may have news. No, we have news for him. Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's make our way over there. I'm a little bit worried I'm going to be attacked. Hopefully, is that him? Oh, are you so? Come on, Mr. Stark, get over here, you absolute imbecile. There we go. Let's speak to him. There we go, yes. Your Grace, I've dispatched the wildling raiders and successfully protected the farmers. Excellent news. Here's some coin for your efforts. There is one other thing, Your Grace. I spoke to a wildling raider before he died. He was terrified, as if running from something. He begged me to burn his body once he had passed. These wildlings are a superstitious folk. Was anything else mentioned? Only that winter is coming, and along with it, death. He also murmured something about White Walkers. These sound more like old Nan's stories. Go to Castle Black, find the Lord Commander, and see if he can shed any light on the situation. Oh, and give him this scroll. Yes, Your Grace. I'll leave as soon as I'm ready. Okay, so we can obviously ask him for tasks, offer our sword and vassalage, give some troops to him, and so on and so forth, but we don't really need to do that right now. I have a pretty good amount of cash right now, 828. Hopefully that's going to be good enough for a little bit of extra time here. And we are going to go to Castle Black and speak to the Lord Commander. And we have now arrived. Here he is. Okay, so, my lord, I have been sent on request of King Robb Stark. He's asked me to deliver this message. Let me see. Well, boy, it seems you are to help the men of the Night's Watch. What? It can't. He wouldn't. Would he? Don't worry, boy. You will just return a message to the King of the North. Tell him we've been capturing wildlings more every month. They're fleeing south. The ones we catch say they've seen the White Walkers. The Night's Watch is the only thing standing between the realm and what lies beyond, and it has become an army of undisciplined boys and tired old men. There are less than 1,000 of us now. We can't man the other castles on the wall. We can't properly patrol the wilderness. We've barely enough resources to keep our lads armed and fed. You must insist King Robb Stark sends more men immediately. When winter does come, gods help us all if we're not ready. There's one other thing you could help us with, Elias. Our scouts have reported a wildling raiding party heading towards the Bridge of Skulls. You must liaise with our host and make sure they do not pass that bridge. To get there, you must follow the wall west until you reach the water's edge. Good luck, Elias. Very well. I shall leave at once. Okay, Bridges and Bones. I seem to recall that this is actually a really hard quest. Is that just me? I don't know. Maybe I'm incorrect about that, but I seem to remember that this is very difficult. So let's actually see what happens here. Maybe we can... Hello there. Are you someone that can actually join me? I am indeed in need of a healer. Yes. 9,000. 9,000. What? Okay, wait. How much are you? 550. Oh Oh, okay, can I afford this? Can I afford this? Sure. Why not? Why not? No, I've got no. I'm not going to do that. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is a big problem. This is a big problem now because I don't have that much money, but I'm kind of hoping that he's going to be somewhat decent. Okay, he has entertainment. Wow, that is probably the most useless thing for us right now because I am the one that actually has entertainment. But he could potentially level up into something pretty cool because he does have 10 in strength. So that's kind of nice. Right? That's kind of nice. Anyway, I have 27% HP. Okay, so let's have a look. Where do we need to go? What do we need to do? You must make sure the letter you found makes its way to King Stannis. Well, I should probably go and... I should probably go and deliver that, shouldn't I? Anyway, you must liaise with the host of Night's Watchmen at the Bridge of Skulls and suppress the raiders. Okay. Yeah. You capture a passing raven and notice tied to it a small piece of parchment wrapped in golden string. The letter reads, I pronounce the Lord Eddard Stark, Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North, has been beheaded due to treasonous acts. I was going to say reasonous. Treasonous acts towards your king, as Eddard's heir, Lord Robb Stark, has in turn been announced as the king in the north. Alright, so there you go. And indeed, we are now having a little bit of a siege going on here, and I need to actually leave straight away, because otherwise we're going to be we're going to be in the middle of this, which is going to be very bad. So yeah, I was actually just waiting here for some time because I wanted to try to restore my HP a little bit. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to find where we need to go. Where is it? Again, west, right? West? Is this where I need to go? Over there? Over here? I actually don't know where it is. Ah, we finally found it. It was very, very close by to Shadow Tower. I went way too far, and apparently the view range that I have is extremely limited right now, so yeah, that's probably the problem. Anyway, you finally reached the Bridge of Skulls, aptly named for the bones in the gorge below. The path is dangerous, and unfortunately any horses had to be left behind. It looks as though the wildlings have already started the attack. You must hurry. I have a bad feeling about this, actually. I think I remember kind of participating in this particular battle a long time ago, years and years ago, and when I did, I always died. I think so, unless I. Oh no, actually, wait a minute. We might be okay because the Night's Watch are clearly very good at what they do, right? They're clearly very good. They're much better than I am, at least. Let me see. Can I pick this up? Yes, I can. We can even use some of these wooden javelins. That might be quite fun. Because if I can use these to get a couple of easy kills, then I'll actually be pretty happy with that. Being able to level up is half the battle, after all. Whoa, there's a lot of people. Okay, yeah, this might be much more difficult than anticipated. I mean, to be fair, I did actually anticipate it being very difficult, so let's see what happens here. Nice. Nice. And nice. Okay. I barely did anything, but, you know, I did a little bit. Is there an enemy here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, we can actually just slightly attack on the side for the moment. Yeah, this is not going well. Let's just say that. Okay. Oh, I actually killed one. Okay, now. Oh yeah, no, this is not going well, as I suspected. This is extremely difficult by the looks of things. Okay, he's dead. Got some critical damage. I'm stumbling and falling because we love that system, and we are now going to be very careful here. I'm gonna just regenerate my stamina, because stamina is a thing in this, so we have to be a little bit careful. I'm kind of... Are we going to get some reinforcements? No, we're not going to get any reinforcements. This is it. This is literally it. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. Are you even supposed to be able to complete this particular encounter at this point in the game? It feels like no. It feels like this is nowhere near possible for me. With my current experience and or current person. Very, very difficult. You suffer a serious injury to one of your limbs. -1 agility. I mean, that's the point. How am I supposed to do that? I actually don't know. But yeah, we did fail the Bridges and Bones quest. Okay, so we now have to go back. Okay, I'm wounded. Yeah, in various castles. Okay, I'm hopeful that Castle Black actually has a maester. That could be very, very useful for us. But yeah, as you can quite clearly tell, that was way too difficult for this point in the game for me. I'm going to assume that I needed to do that much later. I assume, at least, because, I mean, let's face it, what do I have? I just have a bunch of peasants and stuff, right? So it's very, very unlikely I'd be able to do that. Okay. Let's see. Can you take a look at my injuries? 300 stags. I don't have enough. I don't have enough to be able to do that. And this guy's going to be really annoyed at me. My lord, I have terrible news. We were unable to repel the attack at the bridge. Damn it, boy. You must return to the King of the North at once and tell him I need more men. Okay, of course, my lord. I shall leave right away. Bolster the Black. And that's our new quest. And that's exactly what I was talking about at the very beginning of the episode. I said, even when you fail a quest, there's some additional branching narrative that goes off from that. And I very much appreciate that, considering, you know, it's me. I do generally tend to have certain situations happen that are unwinnable in that sense. Because I feel like that was, well, it's not unwinnable, let's just say that. It isn't unwinnable, but it's definitely very difficult in comparison. I mean, look, I've got level 2, right? I'm a level 2 character with peasants in my army. So, I mean, it's very obvious that I'm going to have some hard times, especially when we were outnumbered so dramatically. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. Do you want to see more? Let me know. Otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.